everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video we're going to learn this beautiful stitch. It's called the Mosaic Stitch, and I'm assuming it's called the Mosaic Stitch because this combination of pearl stitches, that it's kind of like a double seat stitch, and the column of knit stitches that surround it. So it looks a little bit like a cable stitch, but it is not a cable stitch. It doesn't include any cabling at all. It's only a combination of knit stitches and pearl stitches. It can be easily used in a scarf. I would recommend putting a garter stitch around it. Also for a blanket would be great. You could use it in a whole project like a hat or socks or even a sweater if you want, because I think it looks pretty, and obviously it will look different in different gauges. This one is just a single ply yarn that I'm using for demonstration purposes, and quite small needles to show the stitch properly. So if you're interested, then keep on watching. Alright, so we're going to use this yarn and continue knitting. Here I have a repeat of 20 rows, and that makes the pattern 20 rows. And also I have a cast on of 22 stitches because this stitch is worked on a multiple of 20 stitches plus one on each edge. So I have 22 stitches here. And now I'm going to show you how to knit it row by row. However, I want to point out that row 1, row 5 and row 9 are worked the same. Row 3, row 7, row 13 and row 17 are worked the same. Row 11, row 15 and row 19 are worked the same. And every wrong side row is knit the knits and purl the purls. So it's very simple. All you gotta do is have the different stitches in front of you row by row, and then you'll know what you need to do. However, once you knit quite a bit of it, then you kind of know where you're at in the work, so you don't really have to go back to the instructions. Alright, so row number 1, it's a right side row, and you always start with your edge stitch, which is a knit one. Then we're gonna knit one. Okay, then I'm gonna purl 2, knit 2 4 times. So yarn in the front to purl 2, yarn in the back to knit 2. I'm going to do that 3 more times, 4 times in total. Purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, knit 2. Then we're going to do purl 2, knit 1, yarn in the front, purl 2, yarn in the back to knit 1, and we're left with our edge stitch, which is going to be a knit 1. That's row number 1. Then we're going to flip to the wrong side, and we're going to knit the knits and purl the purls. So you see these first 2 stitches, they have a scarf wrapped around them. That means they're purl stitches. And then the next 2 stitches, they have a little V underneath, which are knit stitches. So we're going to start with yarn in the front to purl 2 stitches. So purl the purls and knit the knits. So you have to be able to read your work, and that's how you read your work. You look at the stitch. If it has a scarf, then it's a purl stitch. If it has a V underneath, then it's a knit stitch. And we repeat that all the way to the end. Which I find it very easy. Okay, back on the right side to work row number 3. So I'm going to knit the first stitch, which is my edge stitch. Then I'm going to knit 1, yarn in the front to purl 2, yarn in the back to knit 4, yarn in the front to purl 2, yarn in the back to knit 2, yarn in the front to purl 2, yarn in the back to knit 4, yarn in the front, purl 2, yarn in the back, knit 1, and now we're left with our edge stitch, which I'm going to knit it. Alright, now we are on row number 5 and it's worked exactly as row number 1. So I'm going to knit the first stitch, then I'm going to knit 1, bring the yarn forward to purl 2, knit 2 4 times, purl 2, knit 2 once, purl 2, knit 2 twice, purl 2, knit 2 3 times, purl 2, knit 2 4 times, then I'm going to purl 2, knit 1 and knit my edge stitch. As you can see, it already starts to form. This bottom part is starting to form up here. Okay, wrong side, knit the knits and purl the purls. Alright, row number 7 is worked exactly as row number 3. So I'm going to knit 1, then I'm going to, that's the edge stitch, then I'm going to knit 1, purl 2, knit 4, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, knit 4, purl 2, knit 1 and knit my edge stitch. Alright, now we're ready for row number 9, which is worked exactly as row number 1 and number 5. Knit 1, knit 1 edge and then knit 1, purl 2, knit 2 4 times. Purl 2, knit 2 once, purl 2, knit 2 twice, purl 2, knit 2 3 times, purl 2, knit 2 4 times, then purl 2, knit 1, and I'm going to knit my edge stitch. I do apologize if you can hear noises. They are working on the roads. For the wrong side, we're going to purl the purls and knit the knits. There we go. So you kind of have the idea now that we need to change to this section. So we're halfway through. So row 11, 15 and 19 are worked the same, and now I'm going to show you row 11. Knit the edge stitch, bring the yarn forward to purl 1. Then I'm going to knit 2, purl 2 4 times. Knit 2, purl 2 once, knit 2, purl 2 twice, knit 2, purl 2 3 times, knit 2, purl 2 4 times, then I'm going to knit 2 and purl 1. And then I have my edge stitch, which I'm going to knit it. Now for the wrong side, the same, purl the purls and knit the knits. Okay, that was row number 12. Now row number 13 is worked exactly as row number 3 and 7. So I'm going to start by knitting my edge stitch. Then I'm going to knit 1, purl 2, knit 4, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, knit 4, purl 2, knit 1, and then I'm going to knit my edge stitch. As you can see, the 3 columns, they're already forming up here. Wrong side, purl the purls and knit the knits. Okay, row number 15 as 11 and row 19, I'm going to knit the edge stitch. Then I'm going to bring the yarn forward to purl 1, put the yarn back to knit 2, purl 2 4 times, knit 2, purl 2 once, knit 2, purl 2 twice, knit 2, purl 2, 3 times, knit 2, oops, purl 2, 4 times, then I'm going to knit 2, purl 1, and knit my edge stitch. Look how pretty it looks. It's just gorgeous, isn't it? Alright, wrong side, purl the purls and knit the knits. Okay, just 2 more right side rows. Row number 17 worked exactly as row number 3, 7 and 13. I'm going to knit the first edge stitch, my edge stitch, then I'm going to knit 1, purl 2, knit 4, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, knit 4, purl 2, knit 1, and knit my edge stitch. Perfect. Wrong side, purl the purls and knit the knits. Okay, and row number 19, I'm going to knit the edge stitch, then I'm going to purl 1, knit 2, purl 2 4 times, once, knit 2, purl 2 twice, knit 2, purl 2 3 times, knit 2, purl 2 4 times, then I'm going to knit 2, purl 1 and knit my edge stitch. Look how beautiful it looks. Then for row number 20 you want to purl the purls and knit the knits, and then start over from row number 1. But this is what it looks like. As you can see, this is what makes it look like a cable, this column of knit stitches, and then you have the little double seat stitch in the middle of each kind of like a circle-y cable. I hope that you found this video helpful. Don't forget to check out the other videos in this series, which are called Learn to Knit Continental for absolute beginners. We've been learning how to cast on, how to do a knit stitch, a purl stitch, how to bind off even. So a lot of different stitch combination we've learned so far, and this is the last one that I'm going to do with just knit and purl combinations, and from now on we're going to dive into a little bit deeper water. So we're going to do increases and then eventually get to decreases and also cables. So yeah, if you're interested in that, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to click that notification bell to notify you every time I upload a new video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.